Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news, all right, folks. Get ready because the NFL landscape is buzzing with some pretty explosive rumors that could reshape the NFC East. And most importantly, give the New York Giants a serious boost heading into the coming season. And trust me, this isn't just some idle speculation. There's substantial chatter about the Giants making a bold move that could elevate their offense to a whole new level. We're talking about the possibility of landing T. Higgins from the Cincinnati Bengals, a move that could change everything for Big Blue. Now, before I get into all the details, let me set the stage. The Giants have been looking to strengthen their receiving core, especially after a somewhat underwhelming 2023 season that highlighted their need for more explosive playmakers. Their passing game, which has often been criticized for lacking depth and consistency, could get a serious upgrade with a player like Higgins, who has proven himself as a Pro Bowl caliber receiver with big play ability. Sources close to the situation suggest that the Bengals might be open to trading Higgins, especially after they signed him to a hefty extension worth around $115 million. But, as with most NFL trades, there's a bit of a twist. The Bengals, who are currently operating with roughly $5 million in cap space, are in the middle of a partial rebuild. They're prioritizing keeping their offensive line intact and extending key players like Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, which means they're looking to shed some salary and draft capital to facilitate that. Higgins, who's been a consistent threat and a reliable target for Joe Burrow, could be the piece they move to recoup some draft picks and reset for the future. Now here's where it gets really interesting for the Giants. The buzz is that Cincinnati might be willing to part ways with Higgins in exchange for a first-round pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. That's a significant price, but if you think about it, Higgins isn't just a regular receiver. He's a Pro Bowl talent with the potential to be a game-changer, especially in the right system. Plus, the Giants could see this as a low-cost, high-reward move that could reshape their entire offense. The stats speak volumes. Higgins in 2025 posted 7 touchdowns, ranking third among wide receivers, and he's shown the ability to be clutch in big moments, including recent performances against division rivals. He's a tall, athletic receiver who can stretch defenses, and with minimal hamstring injuries last season, he's entering 2024 fully healthy and ready to dominate. The Giants, with a cap space around $17 million after some recent restructures and extensions, have the flexibility to make a move like this happen. Adding Higgins would give them a true deep threat, complementing their other receivers like Neighbors and boosting their overall EPA per pass by around 25%. That's a massive jump, and it could translate into roughly 200 additional passing yards across the season, along with 8 more touchdowns and a significant bump in deep passing efficiency, an area where the Giants have struggled at times. Imagine the possibilities. Daniel Jones, who's shown he can be an accurate passer and a dual threat, suddenly having a receiver capable of stretching the field like Higgins, similar to what Metcalf did last year with Seattle, but with even more consistency. Now, this move could also have a ripple effect on the Giants' positioning in the NFC East and the NFC landscape as a whole. Right now, the Giants are viewed by many as a team still trying to find their footing, especially after a down year in 2023 that saw their offensive production dip and their secondary hit hard by injuries, with Banks on IR and the defense struggling to stay consistent. But bringing in Higgins could flip that script entirely. For one, it would immediately elevate their offense into a top 15 unit, something that's been missing for a while. Their passing game would become more dynamic, more unpredictable for defenses, and that could be just what they need to challenge the Eagles and Cowboys, who are always tough opponents. Speaking of the Eagles and Cowboys, the improved aerial attack with Higgins could be the difference maker in key division matchups. The Giants' win probability against those rivals could increase by more than 20%, especially if the offense can sustain drives and keep defenses honest. And let's be honest, adding a player of Higgins' caliber not only boosts the team's immediate chances, but also signals a clear message to the rest of the league that the Giants are serious contenders. The NFL is a league driven by big plays, and Higgins is exactly the kind of player who can provide those game-changing moments, especially in the playoffs. Let's also consider the bigger picture. The NFL odds for the Giants to reach the Super Bowl, which were as high as plus 15-0 earlier in the offseason, could see a significant drop if this trade goes through. With Higgins on board, experts are now projecting the Giants as a legitimate playoff team, with a real shot at making a deep run. Their Super Bowl odds could improve from plus 15-0 to plus 5-0, which isn't just a number. It's a statement that the Giants are now contenders, not just a team trying to rebuild. Higgins could be the X factor in the playoffs, a player who steps up in critical moments and turns close games into victories. But of course, nothing is certain in the NFL, and the Bengals are known for being tough negotiators. Cincinnati might be skeptical about parting ways with Higgins, especially since they depend heavily on Chase for their offensive identity. Still, the combination of Higgins' age, just 25 years old, and his proven production makes him a valuable asset. The Bengals front office may view this as an opportunity to get a substantial draft pick and reinforce their rebuild, especially if they're concerned about injuries or the sustainability of their current duo of Chase and Higgins. For the Giants, this isn't just about adding a receiver. It's about transforming their entire offensive philosophy. With Higgins, they could unleash a more aggressive, vertical passing attack that keeps defenses on their heels. Daniel Jones would finally have a true deep threat that can help him stretch the field and open up running lanes for Saquon Barkley and the ground game. That kind of balance is what the Giants need to go from just a decent team to a legit playoff contender, and maybe even a dark horse for a deep postseason run. Looking ahead, if this trade materializes, it would be a shockwave across the NFC East. The Giants would be viewed as a team that's not content with just competing. They want to dominate. The move could also spark a mini-revolution in how teams value receivers in the league, especially those who can impact the game at multiple levels, deep, intermediate, and short. And for the Giants fan base, it's a cause for excitement, a sign that the front office is serious about winning now, not just building for the future. In conclusion, the potential acquisition of T. Higgins by the New York Giants is one of those moves that could define the franchise's direction for years to come. It's a bold, aggressive play that shows they're willing to invest in talent to elevate their roster and compete at the highest level. The Bengals might be skeptical, but if the Giants pull this off, they'll have added a true game changer, a player who can turn their offense into one of the most feared in the league. And let's not forget, football is all about moments, and Higgins has proven he can deliver those when it matters most. So stay tuned, Giants fans, because this season just got a whole lot more interesting. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest New York Giants news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, New York Giants fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you think Higgins is the missing piece to take us to the next level? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Giants. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest New York Giants news. The offseason is heating up, and if this deal goes through, it could be the start of something special for Big Blue. Keep the faith, and let's get ready for a season full of surprises.